why the Twitch app likes doing that, but it does. Either way, we're back now. And ultimately, it's not that, what I was saying was, it's not that I went and actively destroyed Redcliffe. It's more that over the years, as the Mage Rebellion has grown to its zenith, where it is now, it's taken a beating. Just a little bit. So, of course, there were some new things that were built immediately after the Blight ended. But ever since then, and since the Mage Rebellion began, things have kind of been going downhill for the wonderful area of Redcliffe. And now there are Tevinter Magisters hanging out. So let's see what they want.
An alliance with Tevinter is a terrible mistake.
All hope of peace died with Justinia. This bargain with Tevinter would not have been my first choice, but we had no choice. We are losing this war. I needed to save as many of my people as I could.
Welcome, my friends. I apologize for not greeting you.
Let's see.
Agents of the Inquisition, allow me to introduce Magister Girion Alexius.
The Southern Mages are under my command. And you are the survivor, yes? The one from the Fade? Interesting.
What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Here we go.
I haven't seen any sign of Redcliffe's Arl or his men.
The Arl of Redcliffe left the village.
Al Tegan did not abandon his lands during the Blight, even when they were under siege.
There were tensions growing. I did not want an incident.
In other words, you made him leave. Because we all know from Dragon Age Origins that the then Ban Tegan did not leave these people. Which is why, ultimately, when he was named Arl, there was much rejoicing.
You're quite a long way from Tevinter, Alexius.
Indeed I am. Though I have heard you are no Ferelden either. It seems we are both strangers here. Felix, would you send for a scribe, please? Pardon my manners. My son Felix, friends. I am not surprised you're here. Containing the breach is not a feat that many could even attempt. There is no telling how many mages would be needed for such an endeavor. Ambitious indeed.
Well, when you're fighting...
Rule 1 of negotiations, never let the enemy see your cards.
There will have to be. Felix.
My lord, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
Are you all right?
I'm fine, Father.
Come, I'll get your powders. Please excuse me, friends. We will have to continue this another time. Fiona, I require your assistance back at the castle.
I don't mean to trouble everyone.
I shall send word to the Inquisition. We will conclude this business at a later date.
Come to the Chantry. You are in danger.
Did the Magister's son give you that? Why would he help you?
There's no telling who or what will be waiting for us in that Chantry.
We'll be on guard.
We don't need your kind here. Your Inquisition's just Templars by another name.
You'd rather bow to Tevinter than join the Inquisition?
Don't tell me you bought the Chantry's lies about how evil Tevinter is. It's just because they're ruled by mages. No one wants us to look at them and say their mages are free and the world hasn't ended.
But don't Magisters summon demons and practice human sacrifice?
The Chantry says whatever they think will scare us. What's wrong with blood magic? People don't like the idea of us controlling their thoughts, but they have no problem with us throwing fireballs in their wars. In Tevinter, the mages police themselves. It works.
Clearly delusional. Tevinter doesn't work. At least,
Tevinter's as big
nothing
as
we've ever heard says that it
You're
works.
better off with the Inquisition.
Right. And I'm the Empress of Orlais.
So Linnea, kind of want to give her a punch in the face. Because she's being rather foolish.
Magister Alexius does not approve of those without magic like you and me. You may not wish to stay long. Many villagers have already left to escape his ire.
How long have Tevinters been here?
Magister Alexius arrived at nightfall, 2 days after we retreated from the Temple of Sacred Ashes. He forced anyone without magic out of the castle, save those he required to serve him. Even the Arl was sent away.
What does the Magister have against you?
He does not like to be reminded of what mages can become. He says all Tranquil must leave Redcliffe, but who would take us in?
You're one of the Tranquil?
Yes, my talent for magic was insufficient to protect me from demons. Rather than risk me becoming possessed, the Circle removed my connection to the Fade. My magic is gone, along with my dreams and desires. Those now in Redcliffe prefer not to see us.
Farewell then.
One moment. You are a member of the Inquisition, are you not? I am an alchemist. You must require potions. If the Magister will not have me here, perhaps I can offer my services.
We would be delighted to have you working for the Inquisition.
Agent Get.
While one lives, it is good to believe there is still a use for one's talents.
So yes, Agent Get. Awesome. Oh, this one must be this codex must be about an assassination. Yeah. It must be talking about Antivan Crows and an assassination attempt. The annulment of Darsmul, I think. I think that's how you say that. When we heard of the injustices against our fellow mages at the White Spire, the Circle of Magi in Val Royeaux, I feared what was to come. Our circle at Darsmud is small and isolated. It exists largely as a facade to appease the Chantry. When the other circles rose up, the Chantry sent seekers across the bay from Islay to investigate. They found us mixing freely with our families, training female mages in the traditions of seers, and denounced us as apostates. Perhaps they thought we were spineless rogues who could be intimidated with a little bloodshed. Before I was first enchanter, I was a daughter of Captain Rivard of the Felicissima Armada. I know how to plan a battle. They brought with them a small army of Templars. We fought, and we might have won, but they invoked the right of annulment, with all the unrelenting brutality that allowed. It is their right to put screaming apprentices to the sword burn our tainted libraries, crush irreplaceable artifacts under their heels, tear down the very walls of our home. No mage has the right to disagree. We of the Darsmud Circle wait now, behind barricades. I have sent word to our brother and sister mages of this outrage. When they break through, we will not die alone. The final journal entry, a first enchanter Ravella, slain in Darsmud, 940 dragon. So that is within like the last few years. Grisly business. And more diary entries. Halloween.
I wish to holy Andraste you'd gotten here sooner. These Tevinters make my shoulder blades itch.
You're not happy with this new alliance?
Something's not right about that lot. They're not like us. Magic or no, I'd rather count myself among decent folk than stand with magisters.
Who are you?
Name is Talry, formerly of the Circle of Magi in Hospo. Lived my whole life there, since I was 10 years old and came into my magic. 3 meals a day, quality education, a roof over my head. If you're not summoning demons, a mage tower is a fine place to be.
If you were happy in the Circle, why are you here with the rebels?
We're all rebels now. The vote saw to that. The majority wanted to dissolve the circles. The rest of us went with them and were cut loose.
There are still some of us who are loyal in the Empress's court.
I figured I'm better off with my fellow mages than on my own.
How did the Grand Enchanter end up working with Tevinter?
Cassandra, what are you doing?
Bracing for the Templars to attack. The next, we had a
It's like you're
magic
trying to
round.
dance.
It was a stroke of luck that's given us an edge. In a way. Out of the frying pan.
Goodbye.
Be careful. The Tevinters likely aren't happy you're asking questions.
I'll ask whatever questions I want. Giant Qunari. I'm not scared of a little Tevinter magic. Alrighty, now there are a few stupid quests that you can get here. A couple okay quests. But of the quests, there are 2 that are relatively easy to get. And aren't very on the other end. On the other hand, there's one that's really stupid. You gotta go find a goat. I've never done it just because it's like, oh, why the hell am I gonna go find your goat? I've got other things to do. You're a horrible sheep herder. You can't keep track of your goat.
Shall we have a look around?
Like, no joke.
They say
Here we go.
a
Storyteller.
demon took them
Tell
off
me
with our
stories.
young Lord Qunari.
So that little bit, that little just saying, that is about Connor. So yes, I saved Connor from the Desire Demon without killing his mother. It was very nice.
Tell me about your people.
They say a spirit dwells in a small lake south of the highway. The girls of the village bring it daisies and ask for love, but rarely does it listen. For 'tis a spirit of valor, not love, and it favors blood lotus flowers.
So yes, very, very simple quest. Very straightforward quest.
Of course. Good day.
Ah, Senna, my darling. For the first time in all these years, I fear I will not be visiting your ashes. What world is this? That demons and brigands stop a man from taking flowers to his wife's shrine.
If I took flowers to your wife's shrine for you?
I do not know what to say, except thank you. I never expected anyone not of the blood to care. My Senna would be grateful. Her shrine lies on a hill to the west, near the table stones. Thank you. Walk in peace.
So yes, those are two very straightforward and simple quests. Oh yes, I forgot. I should head over to the Chantry. Don't have to, but I should.
True enough. It's just what I heard.
You're from the Inquisition. I didn't think you'd still be. Take care.
You'll now say there are countless bodies lying butchered on the side of the road. It's not for the Inquisition, it would have been even worse.
They say Andraste sent you to save the world. If it'll help save lives and bring peace, I'll be the first.
I don't have to worry about you falling at my feet in worship then? That has.
I believe we must each attend to our own lives to find salvation.
Are you working for the Mage Rebellion?
Mages are children of the Maker, no less than the rest of us. They struggle no less with questions of faith.
Does that mean you support their freedom?
Given a choice between the Circle and death, most mages willingly gave up some small freedoms for safety. But the pendulum swings, and now it seems any restraint is too much. I think they should have a chance to prove they deserve freedom.
I don't see any other priests in the village.
Finally, a sensible person in the Chantry.
Out for their own safety, but I refused. He can throw me out if he wants.
Such a difficult thing to find.
I tend to my flock.
I will leave you to your duties.
Make a speed, you, my child.
Now, there's a smuggler right there by the name of Sister Tanner, but I have not managed to find the pieces that would allow me to convert her to my cause.
Greetings, traveler.
So, in the interim, we will enter the Chantry and spring whatever trap is in there.
You're finally here. Now help me close this, would you?
Look, I can revive Dorian, even though he's not a part of my party. This will work so much better when Vivian gets her her wonderful Fade sword.
Fascinating. How does that work exactly? You don't even know, do you? You just wiggle your fingers and boom. Rift closes.
Who are you?
Ah, getting ahead of myself again, I see. Dorian of House Parvus, most recently of Minrathous. How do you do?
Another Tevinter. Be cautious with this one.
Suspicious friend.
My arm too big. It hides Cassandra.
Alexius was once my mentor, so my assistance should be valuable, as I'm sure you can imagine.
I was expecting Felix to be here.
I'm sure he's on his way. He was to give you the note, then meet us here after ditching his father.
Alexius couldn't jump to Felix's side fast enough when he pretended to be faint. Is something wrong with him?
He's had some lingering illness for months. Felix is an only child, and Alexius is being a mother hen, most likely.
Are you a Magister?
All right, let's say this once. I'm a mage from Tevinter, but not a member of the Magisterium. I know Southerners use the terms interchangeably, but that only makes you sound like barbarians.
Stop talking like you're waiting for applause. Just tell me what's going on.
What? There's no applause? Fine. Look, you must know there's danger. That should be obvious even without the note. Let's start with Alexius claiming the allegiance of the mage rebels out from under you. As if by magic, yes? Which is exactly right. To reach Redcliffe, before the Inquisition, Alexius distorted time itself.
Yes, Dorian is rather amazing. No. He is a Qunari. Qunari do not swoon. We may act like Krogans at times and just hit things with our heads, but we do not swoon.
I've never heard of magic that controls time.
That is fascinating if true, and almost certainly dangerous.
The rift you closed here. You saw how it twisted time around itself, sped some things up and slowed others down. Soon, there will be more like it, and they'll appear further and further away from Redcliffe. The magic Alexius is using is wildly unstable, and it's unraveling the world.
Why should I believe any of this?
I know what I'm talking about. I helped develop this magic. When I was still his apprentice, it was pure theory. Alexius could never get it to work. What I don't understand is why he's doing it, ripping to shreds just to gain a few hundred lackeys.
He didn't do it.
Took you long enough. Is he getting suspicious?
No, but I shouldn't have played the illness card. I thought he'd be fussing over me all day. My father's joined a cult, Tevinter Supremacists. They call themselves Venatori. And I can tell you one thing. Whatever he's done for them, he's done it to get to you.
Alexius is your father. Why are you working against him?
For the same reason Dorian works against him. I love my father, and I love my country. But this? Cults? Time magic? What he's doing now is madness. For his own sake, you have to stop him.
It would also be nice if he didn't rip a hole in time. There's already a hole in the sky.
Seriously, Dorian. Seriously. So yes, Venatori. Giant, annoying little fleas.
Why would he rearrange time and indenture the Major Rebellion just to get to me?
They're obsessed with you, but I don't know why. Perhaps because you survived the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
You can close the rifts. Maybe there's a connection. Or they see you as a threat.
If the Venatori are behind those rifts or the breach in the sky, they're even worse than I thought.
I'm not afraid of Alexius.
You know you're his target. Expecting the trap is the first step in turning it to your advantage. I can't stay in Redcliffe. Alexius doesn't know I'm here, and I want to keep it that way for now. But whenever you're ready to deal with him, I want to be there. I'll be in touch. Oh, and Felix, try not to get yourself killed.
There are worse things than dying, Dorian.
Yay, Codex. The troubles of a Chantry scholar. As students of culture, it is important to always recognize your biases. I wear my Chantry perspective openly, for if my readers do not understand the lens through which I view the world, I cannot account for how these biases may color my writing. Gathering accurate information is challenging in a place as vast and fragmented as Thedas. One man may go at length about lurid details with a king, then refuse to provide his name or some proof of the account. Other sources may conflict wildly. Fixing travel to some more remote areas of the continent is nothing compared to the difficulty I've had finding contacts I can trust. I cannot tell you how many times reputable people have tried to deceive me, sometimes for personal notoriety, more often in the interest of my pet cause. Trustworthy Qunari, Dalish, and Tevinter contacts are especially scarce, and I prize those I have kept friendly. Often, it is I who must earn their trust. Text, too, can be unreliable. From extensive readings, I have determined that Andraste was a Ferelden Orlesian who was born in every town from here to Hosberg. What little remains of elven history has been told and retold, shifted and skewed, until the tales are unrecognizable. I have particular respect for the dwarves, for there is no other people so obsessed with recording an accurate and complete history. If only the Shapers were as open as the skies they fear. If I can be honest, the long reign of the Chantry has made the recording of reality at times a trial. Most common histories have been rewritten through the filter of my religion. Everything has meaning as it pertains to the Maker, and while this is unavoidable, it sometimes leads to conflicts between what is officially taught by the Chantry and what I have seen with my own eyes. While my belief in the Maker is absolute, Only a fool would ignore the lesson to be learned from other societies and religions. Take the Fade. Was it a kingdom of the Maker, as common knowledge dictates, or the realm of the Tevinter old gods? Few people would contest its existence, but beyond that, there is little agreement among scholars. Though there are many who would disagree with me, I have come to believe nothing is for certain. I have met too many people and encountered too many perspectives not to keep an open mind about these things. An excerpt from a lecture by Brother TV at the University of Orlais. So yes, Brother TV is someone we met in Dragon Age Origins. I didn't kill him this time. I could have, though. I probably should have. Given how much of a hard-ass my Dwarven Warden was. But I didn't. I told him that anything bad that happens from sharing the ashes with others will just be on his head, and left it at that.
Well, the malcontents pledged themselves to Tevinter and joined a cult. I can hardly wait to see what comes next.
There are twists and turns enough to keep anyone occupied here.
Okay. Well, let's head on back to Haven. See how things are going. So here we are, back at Haven.
Yes?
Can you tell me more about the Seekers?
The Seekers of Truth were born from the original Inquisition long ago, when it united with the Chantry. Seekers stood above the Templars, watching over them but also investigating magical events they couldn't handle. We were meant to be incorruptible, above reproach. How seldom does reality match the ideal?
What are Seekers, exactly?
Those who know anything of us think we are Templars. We do not use lyrium, however. Our abilities are different, as was our original purpose. We disciplined the Templars and were accountable only to the Divine. And not even her, truthfully.
sounds like the Seekers didn't do their job very well.
No, probably not. The Templars have always feared us. When a Seeker arrived at a circle, they knew trouble was afoot. That kind of power is troubling. You begin to think you are the only one who can solve the world's problems. If you don't see a problem, it doesn't exist. If someone insists it does, they are the blind ones.
Do you think that kind of problem could ever be fixed?
Possibly. Though the Seekers themselves would need to change. They were clearly not willing to, even though they abandoned everything they stood for to avoid it. In my heart, I believe they can still be salvaged, but not by their own hands.
You mentioned that Seekers have different abilities than Templars.
Entirely. A Templar's abilities come from lyrium and are designed to hunt mages. Ours come from ritual and many years of dedicated training. We cannot be possessed by demons and are immune to mind control. Useful considering our role. Seekers can gain other gifts, though that depends on the individual.
What kind of gifts do you have?
I can set the lyrium within a person's blood aflame. Both mages and Templars bend before my will. Some Seekers use it to interrogate, others simply to paralyze. Once there was a Seeker who could use it to kill. That particular gift is considered rare.
Why did your order turn against the Chantry?
We originally united with the Chantry through a treaty that stated they would keep mages under control. It was felt Most Holy had tacitly allowed the Circle of Magi to vote on its independence, thus breaking the treaty. The Seekers saw themselves as justified, and they led the Templars into a war of righteousness.
You sound like you disagree.
We knew what was happening at Kirkwall, where the Mage Rebellion. We looked at the reports of Knight Commander harsh treatment of her charges earlier. We found so many shocking cases of corruption, it was decided her actions were justified. If we'd been there when it happened, if we'd looked harder at the root causes.
You seem to care a great deal about it.
Too much, if you ask the rest of my order. When faced with a problem, the Seekers would close ranks and crush it. We would find an answer, but only once we felt we weren't being coerced. The moment the mages voted for independence, our response was predictable. It was difficult to watch.
How does someone become a Seeker?
Most Seekers begin training in their youth. I was much older. An exception due to my noble birth. We train rigorously for years. Our bodies and minds must be elastic to undergo the vigil, and most fail even then.
Is the vigil some kind of initiation?
It is the rite every Seeker must go through in order to summon their gifts. A full year of fasting, prayer, and separation from all distractions, including other people. We empty ourselves of all emotion, focusing only on the purity of our devotion. And the moment it finally ends, it's wonderful. Faith realized. I cannot put it into words.
Your mind was probably playing tricks on you by then.
Yet the gifts are real. I know no more than that. If the vigil was not so arduous, I'd say more should attempt it. What if mages never needed to fear possession by demons? I'm told it is impossible, however. I suppose I'll never know the truth of it now.
I've no more questions.
So we just learned a bit about Seekers. The fact that even Cassandra doesn't know all of their secrets.
Good luck sealing those rifts.
I hate that that exclamation point keeps coming back. There's never anything in there now, but the exclamation point keeps coming back every time I return to Haven. Which is really annoying because it makes me think that maybe there's something new, but there never is. There's never anything new. Why you lie?
Your enchanted Vivienne lives well.
She remains the circle of Qunari.
Reports of fade rifts and demons keep coming. The people are terrified, and it's only getting worse. The only thing that will calm their fears now is the hope that someone out there can save them. You have to be that someone. No one else has any power over the rifts. Seal them. Your legend will spread, and Thedas will learn to trust the Inquisition.
Anything I should know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
I'll leave you to your work.
I don't understand. Even what's going to happen?
Let's see.
Yes?
Yep, I already got the cutscene there.
Let's all repeat the chant of light. Only the
Do you need anything more, Revered Mother?
If you're not using them later, Zegrit is willing to pay.
I don't feel comfortable letting parts from demons be available for sale.
To be honest, I'm not sure who would buy them.
Please tell me if you find something.
Have you kept in touch with our friends in Lady
Jarbee's grenade recipe, awesome, excellent.
We will have names.
And got more gold.
At your service.
Cousin Carolina, already a Duchess, his daughter Monet. This one. Monet definitely better off in the chantry.
To work?
see. Oh, 4 to 7. Okay. Alrighty. So yeah, I can do this without... Well, I should be able to do this without dying too badly. Which side should I pick? I don't know. I really haven't decided. Might as well.
We don't have the manpower to take the castle. Either we find another way in, or give up this nonsense and go and get the Templars.
Redcliffe is in the hands of a Magister. This cannot be allowed to stand.
The letter from Alexius asked for the Herald of Andraste by name. It's an obvious trap.
So, we've heard from Magister Alexius. I expected as much.
And yet some of us want to sit and do nothing.
Not this again.
Redcliffe Castle is one of the most defensible fortresses in Ferelden. It has repelled thousands of assaults. If you go in there, you'll die. And we'll lose the only means we have of closing these rifts. I won't allow it.
And if we don't even try to meet Alexius, we lose the mages and leave a hostile foreign power on our doorstep.
Even if we could assault the keep, it would be for naught. An Orlesian Inquisition's army marching into Ferelden would provoke a war. Our hands are tied.
The Magister
has outplayed us.
He has done no such thing.
The Magister's son, Felix, told me Alexius is in a cult that's obsessed with me. I doubt they'll graciously receive our apologies and go about their business.
They will remain a threat, and a powerful one, unless we act.
We cannot accept defeat now. There must be a solution.
Where is the Earl of Redcliffe? I'm sure he'd help us get his castle back.
After he was displaced, Arl Tegan rode straight for Dunrim to petition the Crown for help. I doubt he'll want our assistance once the Ferelden army lays siege to his castle.
Wait. There is a secret passage into the castle, an escape route for the family. It's too narrow for our troops, but we could send agents through.
Too risky. Those agents will be discovered well before they reach the Magister.
That's why we need a distraction. Perhaps the envoy Alexius wants so badly.
Keep attention on Adar, while we disable the Magister's defenses. It's a gamble, but it might work.
Fortunately, you'll have help.
This man says he has information
Because
about
with
the Magister.
Dorian, there's no way this can go wrong, right?
Your spies will never get past Alexius's magic without my help. So if you're going after him, I'm coming along. The plan puts you in the most danger. We can't in good conscience order you to do this. We can still go after the Templars if you'd rather not play the bait. It's up to you.
Okay, so here we go. First major decision of the playthrough. And we are choosing mages, so we are activating the quest in Hushed Whispers over Champions of the Just. So note, choosing the mages will make it impossible to work with the Templars. This is the last chance to back out. Redcliffe Castle and the mages who could close the breach are under the control of Magister Garion Alexius, a Venatori cultist with an unhealthy interest in Adar, and the power to reorder time itself. He has kindly invited Adar to the castle, alone, to negotiate. It's an obvious trap, but Liliana and her agents can infiltrate the castle and remove the Venatori threat, while Alexius's attention is diverted. A dangerous game, but it's our best chance. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm halfway to level 8, so should be alright. Should be. Whether or not I am remains to be seen. Let's try something different. Let's try something new. I need a warrior. No. We will do this. And this. And confirm. Oh, good grief, why are none of my chat windows working properly?
Announce us.
The Magister's invitation was for Master Adar.
Must have been locked out by
These others will have to remain here.
Twitch and my own channel. And every other one.
Where I go, they go.
Really wish you had a renegade interrupt where you could headbutt at the guy.
My Lord Magister, the agents of the Inquisition have arrived.
My friend, it's so good to see you again. And your associates, of course. I'm sure we can work out some arrangement that is equitable to all parties.
Are we mages to have no voice in deciding our fate?
Fiona, you would not have turned your followers over to my care if you did not trust me with their lives.
Enough pleasantries. Shall we begin?
It's refreshing to meet someone so goal-oriented. The Inquisition needs mages to close the breach, and I have them. So, what shall you offer in exchange?
The Inquisition has many backers among the Orlesian nobility. I'm sure we can find suitable compensation.
I'm not sure what the Orlesian nobility have to offer that I don't already possess.
He knows everything, Father.
Felix, what have you done?
You wanted me here. Why?
Do you know what you are? You walk into my stronghold with your stolen mark, a gift you don't even understand, and think you're in control. You're nothing but a mistake.
I don't know. I kind of think the Qunari's parents thinks otherwise.
What do you know about the Divine's death?
It was the Elder One's moment, and you were unworthy even to stand in his presence.
Father, listen to yourself. Do you know what you sound like?
He sounds exactly like the sort of villainous cliché everyone expects us to be.
Dorian, I gave you a chance to be a part of this. You turned me down. The Elder One has power you would not believe. He will raise the Imperium from its own ashes.
Blah, blah. My cult is better than yours. I've heard it 1,000 times.
Well, you know, it's a chance for the Imperium to really one-up that whole starting the Blight thing.
He will make the world bow to mages once more. We will rule from the Boric Ocean to the frozen seas.
You can't involve my people in this.
Alexius. This is
Stupid
exactly what
Fiona.
you and I
You
talked
should have
about
known
never
better.
wanting to happen. Why would you support this?
Stop it, Father. Give up the Venatori. Let the Southern Mages fight the breach, and let's go home.
No, it's the only way, Felix. He can save you.
Save me?
There is a way. The Elder One promised, if I undo the mistake at the temple.
I'm going to die. You need to accept that.
Seize them, Venatori. The Elder One demands this man's life.
Silly Fiona. Tevinter's for evil.
Your men are dead, Alexius.
You are a mistake. You should never have existed.
Hey. So here we are. Transported by some unknown magic. Oh yeah, that is a pretty sweet hoodie. You gotta say. Kinda wish the Bioware store would sell that hoodie. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of people would actually buy it. It would probably be even more popular than the N7 hoodie.
Blood of the Elder One. Where'd they come from?
Oh crap, I'm not gonna be able to... Screw you, Dorian. You are of no use right now. There's one.
Falling back!
Come on. No, that's not what I want. No. Stop it. Fine. Get me out of the corner.
Displacement. Interesting. It's probably not what Alexius intended. The rift must have moved us to what? The closest confluence of arcane energy?
The last thing I remember, we were in the castle hall.
Let's see. If we're still in the castle, it isn't. Oh, of course, it's not simply where, it's when. Alexius used the amulet as a focus. It moved us through time.
Then we undo this and go back. Now.
I'm not certain it'll be a matter of snapping our fingers, but yes, I quite agree. Let's look around, see where the rift took us. Then we can figure out how to get back. If we can.
Then let's go.
I'm right behind you.
Make a new save. Oh, right. And while we're at it, let's give Dorian some abilities so he's not dead all the time. Now let's see, what kind of inventory can I go ahead and give Dorian? Okay, his current staff is better than that one. That's, well, helpful, I guess. Sequence is quite interesting if you bring Sarah. She doesn't want to believe that she's really here. Not that I blame her. It's a pretty crummy future. I wouldn't want to be here if I had a choice either.
Andraste blessed me, Andraste blessed me. My tears are my sins, my sins, my sins. Andraste guide me, Andraste guide me. Lysis? Hello?
I didn't talk to that guy though. But yes, his mind is broken. His mind is very broken. It's a little on the unfortunate side. I don't need that. You. Go away. You place that right here. Oh no, that's immolate. That's not what I wanted. I wanted this one. Oh, what? Ran right by it. Jerks. Okay, so that guy's dead, thanks to the fire mine. And hidden. Let's go get Dorian so we can... Where are you? Oh, you're halfway into the stairs, okay. No big deal. Very good. He is now dead. Let's start with this door. Nope, doesn't look like there's anybody in these prison cells. Maybe there's somebody there. Try this door.
The light shall lead her safely through the paths of this world and into the next.
Hey, look, it's Cassandra.
For she who trusts in the Maker, fire is her water. You've returned to us. Can it be? Has Andraste given us another chance? Maker, forgive me. I failed you. I failed everyone. The end must truly be upon us if the dead return to life.
We're going to kill Alexius. Come with us.
I don't understand. What use is there in fighting him now?
Alexius sent us forward in time. If we find him, we may be able to return to the present.
Go back in time? Then, can you make it so that none of this ever took place?
And I'll make sure Alexius suffers for his crimes.
Alexius is master. After you died, we could not stop the Elder One from rising. Empress Celine was murdered. The army that swept in afterwards, it was a horde of demons. Nothing stopped them. Nothing.
We'll stop all that from happening. I promise.
Maker, guide us all.
So yay, found Cassandra. Oh, and Solus is over here too.
You're alive. We saw you die.
The spell Alexius cast displaced us in time. We just got here, so to speak.
Can you reverse the process? You could return and obviate the events of the last year. It may not be too late.
Dorian thinks we can go back to our own time if we find Alexius.
That makes sense. He sent you. He was the key. This world is an abomination. It must never come to pass.
Solus is a little too lucid for what's going on right now.
I have to go up. I've heard the guards saying that Alexius barricaded himself in the throne room.
I mean, seriously, he just is too okay with everything that's going on right now. Whereas everyone else is going, holy shit! Where'd you come from? Solus is just like, oh, hi. Yeah, you're right, we need to do this. It's a little unnerving just how easily he accepts what's going on there. Yes, so more cells where our squad mates could be kept. Or other people, I'm sure. And
You're alive. I saw you disappear into the rift.
Is that red lyrium growing from your body? How?
The longer you're near it, eventually you become this. Then they mine your corpse for more.
Can you tell us the date? It's very important.
Harvest Mir. 942 Dragon.
942? Then we've missed an entire year.
I'm here now. No matter what, I'll drive them all back to Tevinter.
Not Tevinter. Alexius serves the Elder One, more powerful than the Maker. No one challenges him and lives.
That man is going to regret he didn't just kill me.
Our only hope is to find the amulet that Alexius used to send us here. If it still exists, I can use it to reopen the rift at the exact spot we left. Maybe.
Good.
I said, maybe. It might also turn us into paste.
You must try. Your spy master, Leliana. She is here. Find her. Quickly. Before the Elder One learns you're here.
Nope, wrong door.
Maker, why is it coming out of the walls?
Are you sure you want to find out?
Ouch. Son of a bitch, that battle was looking like it was going relatively okay for a bit. So this is what happens when you die during the major segments of the game. The major decision areas. It is very pretty. So, the way this journey ended if we were playing permadeath, which we're not. We are not playing permadeath. But the way this segment would have ended is, so far as anyone knew, the Herald of Andraste was destroyed in an instant by Alexius' spell. With your death, the fledgling Inquisition fell to pieces. Go figure, because they can't fucking make a decision by themselves. Anyway, in less than a year, the mysterious Elder One used his army of demons to conquer the known world, and no organization was ready or able to stop him. Yeah, about that. So here we are. Need to head back upstairs. Fight those guys that just came down the...
Maker, why is it coming...
What we're gonna do is this.
The walls. Are you sure you want to find out?
Both storylines are really good. Both the mages and the... Templars are really good. Come on, Cassandra, get up, get up, get up! Ow, kinda hurt. Very good. Awesome!
Have mercy on their souls.
We may not have much time. Let's find the Magister.
About the, what do you call it? The Templar line is you can make it so that you avoid the fight later completely, which is very, very nice, I must say. There's gotta be a box around here somewhere that I missed. There has to be. Nope, I guess there isn't. Damn. I'm running woefully low on potions. There it is. Awesome. Supplies replenished. And they're just going to go ahead and use them all. Ooh, Dwarven helmet schematic. Very nice. Oh, thank you, Peaches. Thank you for the host, without a doubt. Character's so tall. Even when I kneel down, I'm still reaching the halfway point of the door. That's not including where... Oh. How my horns go. Nope. Hey look, torture chambers. Oh, I wish I could. I wish I could, just like the gifts DLC that you have in Origin. Because there is a gift as a part of that DLC that, and those gifts can net you up to 50 plus or 50 minus, depending on whether it's a good gift or a bad gift. And the one for Liliana is a loot, and you can, if she's in your party, you can make her take the loot out and, you know, play the loot.
That still doesn't make him a god.
Should not have done this. This was poor planning.
The Elder One does not suffer rivals of any kind.
Oh. Poor Chantry person. You are very dead now. I gotta say, that's rather disturbing what they've got hanging there. And of all places to have it hanging, it's in a dungeon area.
I will die first. Or you will.
And this is why you don't piss off Liliana.
You're alive.
You can't even see my face in that scene. How tall I am compared to these people.
We never died in the first place. Alexius miscalculated.
Then it will be his last mistake. Do you have weapons? Good. The Magister's probably in his chambers.
You aren't curious how we got here?
No.
No.
Alexius sent us into the future. This, his victory, his Elder One, it was never meant to be.
Oh, Froster92. I didn't see you there. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for... Oh, wait, no. I think you followed during, when I stopped by Froster's stream. That being said, lurking is alright.
I need to find Alexius and reverse
What matters is you enjoy watching me flail about.
We can prevent this future
As I make this nightmare run a reality.
Wonder why people fear them. No one should have this power.
It's dangerous and unpredictable. Before the breach, nothing we did.
Enough. This is all pretend to you. Some future you hope will never exist. I suffered. The whole world suffered. It was real.
What happened while we were away?
Stop talking.
I'm just asking for information.
No, you're talking to fill silence. Nothing happened that you want to hear.
No, no. I think that might have been one of our scouts. Yeah, it looks like one of our scouts. Poor bugger. And these ones, well, they're so shriveled up I can't even tell anymore. Heard some differing theories. There's one theory saying that Liliana became a Hurlock. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think she was tortured to the point where she looks the way she does, being denied food, water, whatnot. Because Liliana's too smart to get herself caught. I mean, in the face of overwhelming odds, yeah, even Liliana would have a hard time, but overall, she's very good at, you know, guerrilla style stuff.
Part of the castle, if there is one.
Yes, slow one. Ah, here we go. Here's the fast one. damn barrier. Oh, look at these wonderful rune circles. And the pieces of corpse that are here to make it possible. So much death. Discovered docks.
The Magister needs more power for his ritual.
No!
Come forth and...
Oh, damn. That didn't go according to plan. Oh no. Damn it. No.
This is madness. Alexius can't have wanted this.
At this rate, it doesn't matter what Alexius wants. Reinforced shield. Useless. Cassandra has a better one. Oh, good. Nah. Really, Dorian? Did you just fall in the... Okay, good. You did not just fall in the water. But yeah, always knew Linnea would come to a bad end. Based on our conversation in the bar. The Devinters are doing it right. No, no they're not. Hey, look at that. It's a nice little courtyard here. Isn't this pretty?
The breach. It's everywhere.
The Elder One and his Venatori. They are the ones who opened the breach.
Oh, good. I was worried that maybe this would be easy. Ow. What? Down to one already? What the hell happened? We are gonna die. Again. I wonder. Do I have to stay here and fight?
Breach! It's everywhere. The veil is shattered. There is no boundary now between the world
I don't think I do.
and the Fade.
Nope, I don't need to stay and fight. Screw you guys. I'm running ahead.
No! How can those bastards want a world like this?
They want it to be just like the world of old Tevinter. Comforting, isn't it? He resisted that demon to the last.
Poor Connor. Oh, level 9. Screw you. Oh, look. Codex. The Spellbinder's Journal. I just leveled up. Excellent. Now, do I want strafing shots? Or do I want Lost in Shadows, or Hidden, or Evade? I'll grab this one first. Junk, junk, junk. Not quite junk, but pretty close. Yes, poor Connor. Another codex. Lexius's journal. Final entry. Nothing works. I have tried countless times to go back before the Conclave explosion. Before Felix's caravan was attacked by Darkspawn. Before Venatori first arrived in Minrathous. Without success. The breach is the wellspring that makes this magic possible. And travel outside of its timeline is impossible. The Elder One's demand that I change the events of the Conclave can never be fulfilled. He may kill me for failing him, but I must protect Felix from his wrath. So, not 100% of a bad guy, I guess, maybe. And yeah, the breach is kind of weird. So, it definitely has some interesting properties. If that's what's made it so that we can travel through time.
What became of Felix? Do you know?
Yes, I know.
And you're not going to tell me?
You'll find out soon enough.
And a Circle Magi banner. Excellent. That'll be very useful sometime later. As in, not now. Okay, I'm gonna need to remember this location. Oh, that's a lot of enemies. Let's see if we can drag them in here. Oh, there. Oh, what? Alright, that didn't work out too poorly, because we managed to draw them all into a nice crossfire at that door. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna run back to that supply cache that we passed.
This is the way to the main hall. Alexius will likely be there.
I know, Cassandra. But we're gonna go back this way, because there's a supply cache over here. Somewhere. There it is. So yes, by forcing everything to fight through that doorway really helped.
What in Andraste's name is that? Hold on to it. I want to look at it later.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Where did Alexius find this? How did he even move it here?
Can we open it?
Perhaps. But it looks quite strong. How desperate and paranoid must he be? His servants must have a way through. He has to eat. Let's look around.
Yes, so that red lyrium shard that we found earlier will be useful there. In the meantime...
Are they praying? Let's try to take them by surprise. Block the stairs!
Uh-oh. I'm gonna drop down. And find idiot Dorian who ran in here and died. And Solus is now dead. This is unfortunate. I'm just gonna stand directly behind you and shoot you, dude.
Doesn't look like the Elder One is interested in saving his followers.
Crap, you guys go through lyrium potions like it's candy. There we go. Back to full levels of health potions. I'm out of regeneration potions, which is kind of annoying. Very disappointing, really, but what you gonna do?
How much damage did Alexius' spell do?
Rifts tore apart all of southern Thedas, starting here. But whether that's his doing or the breach, who can say?
Yay, new schematic. Awesome. Okay, this is something in a different room entirely. That's what I'm finding. That's okay. Where'd this guy come from? It's like he just walked through the wall. Studies on the Blight. Introductions of Blight to prisoners yields no discernible pattern. Disease progresses erratically. Some subjects die within hours, despite all efforts. Others show no symptoms at all. Subjects may harbor some natural resistance, which makes isolation and testing a priority. 6 more subjects died. Transfusions of blood from resistant prisoners slow the rate of corruption only slightly. Healthy flesh is taken from live subjects and implanted in the infected will often die even before corruption spreads to it. In cases where implantation is successful, blight corruption spreads across donor flesh faster than host flesh. Prisoner Liliana has been most useful. The most useful source of resistant blood and skin to date. So, yes, it looks like they've been doing some very, very nasty things to Liliana over the years. Well, the year. Singular, I guess. And this is why you bring warriors along. So they can kick down walls. I mean, you can get to this room with a rogue too, I guess. But it's fun to watch warriors kick down walls. That's a supply cache. Very good.
They haven't noticed us yet. Good opportunity.
What we are going to do...
Get that enchanter!
What we're going to do is completely mess up. I should have put a gotten Dorian to put his... Oh, son of a... I thought for sure I was okay there. Oh, well, we can do this again. Fortunately. So do this. And we'll... So Dorian, I want you to place that here.
They haven't seen us. We could take them by surprise.
Sorry for interrupting your dinner.
Should be another supply cache around here somewhere. I think. I'm hoping. Okay, this is where I've already been, and there is no supply cache here. To this door. believe there's one more room like this one. That's where the last shard is.
What happened here?
Find Alexius. That's all that matters.
Yeah, that door right there will get me where I want to go and what I want. But need to see about getting some more health potions. Here we go. More health potions. Thank you.
Try to take out that enchanter quickly.
Stop them from coming up the stairs!
Go for some light reading.
There we go. There's the fifth one. Finally. Finally got the fifth one.
I think I know how we'll open that door.
Yes, before we go to the main hall, let's make sure we're not leaving anything behind. A nug totem? No, don't need that. That's junk. Oh, gold. Gold is always good. Common weapon, common assassin's blade, not really useful. It could be useful down the road, but right now it's not. So here we go. It is now time to confront Alexius in his throne room, which is actually a very annoying and tedious battle at times. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna make a save right here, before the possibility of me being dead again happens. It's a very strong possibility, to be honest. And here we are. There we go.
It's over, Alexius.
So it is. I knew you would appear again. Not that it would be now, but I knew I hadn't destroyed you. My final failure.
Was it worth it? Everything you did to the world, to yourself.
It doesn't matter now. All we can do is wait.
I'll admit, I expected a bit more fight out of you.
Alas, I am not the foe you remember. All that I fought for, all that I betrayed, and what have I wrought? Ruin and death, that is nothing else. The Elder One comes for me, for you, for us all. Felix.
That's Felix. Maker's breath, Alexius. What have you done?
He would have died, Dorian. I saved him. Please, don't hurt my son. I'll do anything you ask.
You didn't save him, Alexius. No one should live like that.
I've tried choosing the other options. It doesn't change what happens. Kinda wish it could, but it doesn't. At all. Oh, okay, that's a spirit ward. That's what that was. Why am I... There we go. Ah, that's actually a really cool ward. I really wish I could use that. Because that'd be great. Not gonna say anything, because it'll jinx it. Break it. Oh wow, we're already down to 2? What the hell, guys? I mean, seriously. No. On the bright side, that one arrow is... That one shot is able to rip off his barriers.
Your efforts are futile! This world's already lost!
Get up, Dorian! Get up, Cassandra! Ow. Oh yes, there's Dorian. Okay. Oh, good grief. As long as that Fade Rift is open, the battle's not going to continue. So that will give me the time to revive my fallen teammates.
Victory is impossible. The Elder One will Victory is impossible. The Elder One will destroy us both.
I don't know, Linchpin. There's some guys that can go ahead and run a character all by themselves, and it's just, you know, I'm not bad, but almost there. Where's Cassandra's body? Okay, Cassandra's body's around here. Oh yeah. But yes. We won! Most excellent!
He wanted to die, didn't he?
But yeah, Linchpin, that's how I run it. I know there are people that can play by themselves without any teammates and do amazing, which, good for them. I'm not that guy.
How do we reverse the spell?
This is the same amulet he used before. I think it's the same one we made in Minrathous. That's a relief. Give me an hour to work out the spell he used, and I should be able to reopen the rift.
An hour? That's impossible. You must go now.
Uh-oh.
The Elder One.
You cannot stay here. We'll hold the outer door. When they get past us, it'll be your turn.
Madman or Phantom Pain? I'm not familiar with either of those.
The only way we live is if this day never comes.
But since this is on Xbox, they might have something that's on PS4 that isn't on Xbox. I have noticed that about some of the achievements. Oh. Mad Max? Nah. Not into that.
The darkness closes. I am shielded by flame. Andraste, guide me. Maker, take me to your side.
You move, and we all die!
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't get that. I mean, I know it was free for all of August. I really haven't gotten into the Metal Gear games. They're really good looking, and I really like watching other people play them. I just haven't gotten into it.
You failed, Alexius. How forgiving is your Elder One?
You won. There is no point extending this charade. Felix.
It's going to be all right, Father.
You'll die.
Everyone dies.
Well, I'm glad that's over with.
Yeah, the one I'm really I've listed on my info the games that I'm really looking forward to.
Or not.
Grand Enchanter Fiona. Queen
Oh, they
Anora.
completely changed their character model. I don't like this.
I thought it was understood
I
that they
do
would
not like this
take
at all.
people from their
Anora looked
homes.
so much better in the first game in Origins. What the hell, man? Come on.
Never intended any of this.
Bogus.
Your intentions ceased to matter when my people were threatened. I am rescinding my offer of sanctuary. You and your followers will leave for Eldon at once.
But we have hundreds who need protection. Where will we go?
You'll be leaving here with the Inquisition.
And what are the terms of this arrangement?
Hopefully better than what Alexius gave you. The Inquisition is better than that, yes?
I suggest conscripting them. They've proven what they'll do given too much freedom.
They have lost all possible supporters. The Inquisition is their only remaining chance for freedom.
Shut up, Solus.
Seems we have little choice but to accept whatever you offer.
Oh yeah, in this playthrough, Alistair was executed. Loghain is alive. And Anora is queen. I wanted to try something completely different that I've never done before. The only other time I had Loghain as a part of the Wardens was to get the achievement for Dragon Age Origins. But even then it was Alistair, you're banished, as opposed to executed. So it was I really wanted to see something completely different. Because normally, yeah, I'll go ahead, I'll make Alistair and Anora get married, everything works out easy peasy, it's great. But this time I just decided that the dwarf, Theron, who was my warden, really did not get along with Alistair. They just clashed. So ultimately, when push came to shove, he recognized that a solid leader was Anora versus Alistair, who... Oh, come on, Anora's not bad. Anora's not bad. It's just one of those, she knows how... She knows how politics work, and Alistair doesn't.
I know, but
So when the two marry, it actually is the best of both worlds. And you can even set it up so that Alistair wants to learn, which ultimately makes her open up and become a little bit more friendly.
The mages, so be it. Get them out of my kingdom.
then we have no choice but to surrender to the Inquisition.
Oh no, I've played through Origins quite a bit. Without a doubt.
Will be closed. We must
Oh,
do what we
Alistair's
can to
dead.
restore peace to a world.
He cannot be any deader than he currently is. I don't like that they changed their character model. And honestly, I've never seen how those decisions impact this game. Since everything that I have done and have set up is, I've always used a custom import for this particular for Dragon Age Inquisition. And so this time, this is basically the third portion of a trilogy run. Unfortunately, I cannot stream Dragon Age Origins or Dragon Age 2 because it is on my 360, and I don't have the necessary pieces in order to do that and stream from my 360. So everything that has been set up in this playthrough come from the last 2 pieces that I just did not too long ago.
Have suffered enough. Why continue to mistreat them?
It is not mistreating them to take reasonable precautions.
Whatever you call it.
Yeah,
The
sorry,
situation
Peaches.
with the mages is unstable
I think I
and likely
mentioned
to
to you, though, Peaches, that I was doing it this way.
What did you think we were doing? Taking the mages prisoner?
These mages seized Redcliffe and threw out its people. They must face justice.
While this certainly buys us public approval, I worry it won't last. The mages will rebel again.
How could you go along with this, Cassandra?
At the time, I had no better solution. I don't suppose you have one now. The sole point of the Herald's mission was to gain the mage's aid, and that was accomplished.
The voice of pragmatism speaks. And here I was, just starting to enjoy the circular arguments.
Closing the breach is all that matters.
I got a taste of the consequences if we fail. Let's make sure we don't.
We will not fail.
We should look into the things you saw in this dark future. The assassination of Empress Celine. A demon army.
Sounds like something a Tevinter cult might do. Orlais falls, the Imperium rises. Chaos for everyone.
One battle at a time. It's going to take time to organize our troops and the mage recruits. Let's take this to the war room. Join us. None of this means anything without your mark, after all.
Of course.
Meet us there when you're ready.
I'll skip the War Council, but I would like to see this breach up close, if you don't mind.
Then you're staying?
Oh, didn't I mention? The South is so charming and rustic. I adore it to little pieces.
Stay if you must, but you'll be watched.
Watch away. I have nothing to hide, and evidently plenty to prove.
I'll begin preparations to march on the summit. Make her willing, the mages will be enough to grant us victory.
It all depends on the armor you pick for him. I mean, really, like, look at this Qunari armor. Like, very, very exposed chest, and then 2 giant pieces hanging out on my shoulders. No, we will not do in your heart shall burn.
Fiona and her malcontents are finally under proper authority. That's an excellent beginning, my dear. We will have to discuss how to administrate this new acid. Cullen doesn't have enough Templars to handle incidents. Some of the rank and file need to be trained.
The last thing we need are abominations running amok.
Oh yeah, the different I mean, you do get a little bit of that, but it's more of a codex thing here in Inquisition. So yeah, I agree. That was a cool way to open Origins. My particular favorite is a Dwarven Noble. But, I mean, yeah, for this, it's codex driven for that particular opening and backstory, instead of having an origin story of how you got to the temple.
You have a low opinion of your fellow mages.
It's not so
Oh
much
yeah,
an
without a
opinion as
doubt.
grasping the obvious.
It is already a
Magic is
long
dangerous
prologue
just
to
as
begin with.
fire is dangerous. Anyone who forgets this truth gets burned.
There are no Templars among the Vishoth.
My dear, your people cut the tongues from mages they deem dangerous, just as the Qunari do. And they kill those they deem too weak to resist demons. Your people are no kinder than any other. For those who value survival, sentimentality is not an option. Tell me something.
Oh yeah, I agree with
No
Lynchpin.
doubt
You
had a
gotta,
hand in shaping it. What future do
you gotta
see
do them
for
all.
mages?
They're all interesting.
The circle has to be restored if we want to keep the peace.
That's comforting to hear, but you'll find opposition to the idea even among friends. It's something to consider, my dear.
Like in this game, main reason I enjoy playing as a Qunari, I'm taller than everybody else. Just like in real life.
Mages. Lovely.
They should have this.
It seems Blackwall knows nothing about the disappearance of the Grey Wardens. It's a disappearance.
Yeah, the City Elf one is interesting, especially if you choose to be a female City Elf. That one I actually had a lot of fun with. It's not my favorite or main canon type warden, but it's an interesting one.
As for the other Wardens, I suppose we will have to keep looking.
In Redcliffe, you sacrificed yourself so that I could return here.
Of course I did. One small life in
I like I like the two dwarven ones the best. The noble dwarf and the castless dwarf. Those two I think are the most interesting. And the most enjoyable of the 6 you can pick from. I mean, Dalish is good, Circle is good, Noble is good, I mean, but ultimately I have more fun with the dwarven ones.
It was still a sacrifice, and still noble.
And I would do it again.
7? I only remember there being 6 achievements. Yeah, because there's an achievement for completing each origin story.
Why do you want me to seek out the rebel mages? Why do you care?
I've known mages. Some of them were better people than me. And yet I'm free and they're not. It's not right.
I'll leave you to your work.
No, I want to be something like a level 11 or 12 before we start the next section of the main story. Mostly because I don't want to die. Oh yeah.
Put a leash on the rebel mages,
The only time I've done the the only time I've rejected Morrigan's deal. Yeah, and I agree, Peaches, and I also like how in Origins, even if you don't do the other origin, since you can't do the other origin stories for the Warden, you still hear about them. Like, they still exist. For example, Jowan, even if you're not a Circle Mage, he shows up and you find out, oh, you escaped, you destroyed your phylactery, you did all these other things. Whereas if you are the Circle Mage, you see and kind of were an accomplice to that.
There was no other choice.
Oh, I'm not arguing. Just pointing out the ridiculously obvious. It all depends on what you do with these mages
Yeah,
later.
without a doubt.
You'll throw them back into circles again, I suppose. I mean,
It's crazy. Here in this game, if you want to get the backgrounds of each of the characters, you really got to go ahead and read all of the codex, which is just... Oh, there's so much codex in this game, it's ridiculous.
Not yet, no. I saw him before they locked him up. He looked despondent, broken. Not the man I remember, nor the one I want to. I suppose the Inquisition will judge him eventually. I wonder if there's any chance they'll show
Yeah, Carta
deserves
doesn't.
it, but for Felix's sake. I can't help hoping there's something left of the man I once knew.
So we have gained the mages. Excellent. They should be able to seal the breach. You are certain you experienced time travel? Could it have been an illusion? A trick of the Fade?
I know what I saw. It was real.
What an amazing gift. It is vital the Inquisition succeed to avoid the future you witness.
I'm surprised you're not more interested in your own future.
I know enough. If that future happened, then I, and Cassandra, Cullen and the rest, failed to stop this Elder One. Speaking of which, you should ready yourself.
For?
This Elder One. You have now interfered with his plans twice. Once at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, and now again at Redcliffe. A being who aspires to godhood is unlikely to ignore such an affront.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Right. That's why.
Well, that's mages all over.
You
so many
think
robes, I
entirely
bet all
too
of
much
Ferelden
about
the
that
cult.
else, Sarah.
I'll just be the
Well,
other side of it.
honestly, I don't think it will be a blight. I really don't. I mean, they'll probably go ahead and draw more from the Darkspawn, without a doubt. I mean, after all, they did one of the downloadable contents for this game was solely around Darkspawn push and the deep roads and everything. But honestly, the way I see it going, the way I see this going is they will be going forward and continuing to explore the rest of Ferelden. And not Ferelden, but the rest of Thedas. So we might see more of Tevinter. We might see the Anderfelds. I don't know. We might actually get to see Weishaupt for the first time, which would be really cool. I mean, everything they've talked about Weishaupt says that it's a magnificent fortress. That has its own beauty and splendor. So I kind of want to see that. But at this time, I really don't think they've decided where they're going to go. I mean, yeah, they've got a few DLCs out, and they've got a DLC coming out next week, the Trespasser DLC. So really, I think we'll need to see where we are at the end of the Trespasser DLC to actually know or even have an idea of where maybe we will be going in a next game. I'm sure there will be a fourth one, though. I mean, the game has just done so very well. And I'm pretty sure there are just far too many people that enjoy the series to not make one.
Do you have a problem with our new allies? With mages?
No problem with mages. I mean, you know some that are all right. My problem is magic. If mages sat on their hands, everything would be fine. You know it too. That's why you're shoving them up towers after. That's good, right?
Oh, yeah, I know. My guess is they probably already had Trespass almost done when they finished Descent. So they figured another month, just get it out there. And then they can work on new projects or settle down the multiplayer servers or something like that. You know?
Are you just about pranks and revenge?
So it's, yeah, I'm amazed at how quickly they went ahead and released another one.
Strangely, handmaids leave his vault open. His heirlooms pay off someone else. Maybe clean streets in Kirkwall so someone gets something else. Pish, pish, pish. A lot of people eventually get help or a laugh. Or maybe someone dead if they deserve it.
I'm glad I met you before someone decided what I deserved.
You're no hateful ass so far. I'd just get you with a pie or something. Anyway, assassin's a bard's job, innit? No fun that lot. They might plonk a noble, right? But only to raise another. Plus, I'm shy at singing.
We'll talk another time.
It's all good, innit?
And how much did you need?
10 sack. Oh, Maker, you were him. You were the herald of Andraste. And you were sent to test us. To see whether we would accept the Qunari as Andraste's chosen. I think everyone is worthy of love. The Maker just makes some of us larger and greyer than others.
Oh, that's thanks, bro. What's happening, Lynchpin? Is it freezing or what's going on? Because I know if you're playing on 360 or PS3, it gets a little it's getting to the point where they're not supporting it anymore, really.
It's all right, Flissa. I won't do anything frightening.
I wouldn't mind. As I said, I'm Flissa. The Inquisition soldiers needed a place to unwind, so Leliana brought me in to set up a tavern. Nothing fancy, but it's safer for the soldiers than looking for trouble in some village.
Oh, you're playing on the X1?
You said Liliana asked you to run an Inquisition tavern.
I don't know. Do you have the disc or is it a download? Because I really haven't run into too many problems as of yet with the download that I have.
She asked if I wanted to own my own tavern, and I said yes. I didn't realize she meant this.
Farewell.
Goodbye.
Yeah, it shows the main image, and then what happens? Does it just get stuck, or... Because if you go back out to the main screen, you could go ahead... Okay, try quitting. Have you tried quitting the game and then coming back?
I've got to admit that's a twist.
Because if you go out to the main menu that they've got set up, and then what is it? Hit the button with 3 lines that used to be the start button. You should be able to go ahead and quit out of the game, which would force restart the game the next time you open it.
We can't leave a single piece of that lyrium out in the wild.
I'm with you on that. I've got people trying to find out where the red stuff came from. I think maybe we should make that a priority.
No, that's weird.
But that's enough doom and gloom.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you why that would be freezing then.
Inquisition. What are you going to do to celebrate?
I was planning to put my feet up, maybe grab a nap. You?
Whatever I do, it'll be as far from Cassandra as I can get. Things should be calm around here for at least the next hour. Take a moment to enjoy it. If the world's about to end, I'm sure the Seeker will let us know.
Alright, so we'll sell what valuables I have.
Master Harry said he won't pay that much.
So, that Tevinter guy sent you into the future? Every time I think I understand magic, the rules change.
I know, right? If I were a mage, I'd just throw fire at people. That's honest. Anyway, I hope our new friends have what it takes to close the breach. Damn thing gives me a headache just looking at it.
Now that we've got better maps, if you like, I can show you a few tricks to get more out of it. Fine, forget I said anything. Growling at everyone.
Yeah, that would be something, wouldn't it? If I could go ahead and wear one of these. Maybe really, just look at that. Wouldn't that be intimidating? Coming down the road looking like this. Or even like that.
And what are we supposed to do, exactly?
What you always do. Complain.
We've already spoken with Commander Cullen. No one listens. We've been split up, regardless of our colleges, forced into quarters so small that...
No one gives a shit about your colleges, man.
You have been
Just gonna say it.
into the Inquisition, like any soldier.
How are we supposed to
deal with it? It never ends, evidently.
Fighting with them will only make them more stubborn.
The mages are too accustomed to running or being kept prisoner. It's not easy for them. It's your doing, after all. You're the one who conscripted them.
You would have done differently, I suppose?
Oh. I do sound like I'm blaming you, don't I? I don't disapprove. In fact, you did well. You made a decision when it needed to be made. And here we are. I wish I could say this was my doing.
I am rather clever, aren't I?
Close the breach. Then I'll agree with you.
The mages are ready to approach the breach. I pray this will be enough to close it.
Would you be more confident if I brought back Templars instead?
I'd be less worried about the thin veil resulting in mass possession. The mages submitted to our authority. Their safety and our followers is my responsibility. I take it seriously. I recommend caution, that's all.
Is there anything I should know?
I'm glad to have the charges on our side. Bull's men are professionals, despite evidence to the contrary.
That's all for now.
Should you require anything, I'll be here.
See reason, Lisette. We cannot stay here.
Word is that the mages will be joining us here in Haven. I hope you've chosen your allies wisely, Harold.
How did you come to be a Templar?
It seemed the right thing to do. My family are tradesfolk in Denerim. I could have become a cobbler like my father, but this seemed better. It's a chance to uphold the Chantry's laws and help the mages through a troubled time.
Not every Templar feels that way.
I know. Power can corrupt. It's a delicate balance. One person trying to do something can make a difference. You should keep that in mind, Harold.
I'd like your take on the Templar Order.
It's a shadow of what it was. Where once we both protected all people from the dangers of magic, we now posture and grab at power. One day, I hope the circles are again sanctuaries where mages can practice their craft.
Do you have any idea what caused the explosion?
No, I'm just...
Well, that's good to hear, Lynchpin. I'm glad the game works. Works again. It can be trying to go ahead and reach that point where it's just, no matter what you do, nothing's working.
You're not going to rejoin the Order?
When the temple went up, your forces rescued those few of us still alive. My life is a debt I intend to repay, however I can.
Well, it does follow one of the rules of the internet. If it exists, it exists on the internet.
I will talk to you later.
Walk in the Maker's grace.
Yeah, that might be amusing, but I don't know. I tend to just play the game the way the developers made it. Don't really try to make anything too fancy. Oh, nice. I just got 2 new Qunari schematics, so I can make an enhanced version of what I'm already wearing. That is great.
You know, Arthur, you actually are a good rider and all that.
Awesome. I have just made myself some great new armor. I know it doesn't look any different, but that's not the point. Okay, we'll give you a regular one. There we go. We'll go ahead and give Dorian this. We could do that. I don't feel like doing that though. We'll make sure he has this. There we go. Oh wait, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, looks like I unequipped your armor. Oh well. Nope, bull's edge is better. Oh, actually I need to check that. Because you can set Sarah up to be a dual-wielding character if you want. Which, given that I haven't put any of her abilities, I think I'm going to do. But, yeah, that is the default for rogues. If you take off all weapons, for the most part, it'll go ahead and, what do you call it? Give her daggers. We're going to try this with Sarah this time. Which means I need to build her another dagger. That's armor. Here we go, weapons. Alright, need to build a grip. Might also want to see if there's another, if I can make a better bow. I think I should be able to by now. Including this one? A lot. Kind of lost count. Done all the way through. I've done 1 mage, 2 rogues, and a warrior. I've also started another mage that I got bored with. I'll be honest. I was playing as a necromancer, I got bored. So I started this one. But yeah, so I've done a few different playthroughs and just, as always, just trying to go ahead and flesh out everything there is in the game. Because there's just so many different ways of playing and different things you can do. Yeah, I've played the only weapon combination I have not used yet is sword and shield, and that's just because I just can't get the hang of using the shield, actively using the shield to block, and then attacking, and then holding it for guard. Well, it all depends on what you want to do. Both of them are good areas to explore.
I don't understand. I thought the chant of light.
And ultimately, I think you should get to both of them when you have the chance. Just because, like I said, there's quite a bit to explore in both of those areas. The Emerald Graves, and I think it's Exalted Plains.
You're the Herald, or well, the one they're calling the Herald. Anyway, I hope the Inquisition can. My name is Maeve. I research demons and other creatures. Seeker Pentagast and I use.
Here we go. Increased damage against demons. Most excellent. Goodbye.
I'll speak with you later.
Thank you again for what you've brought back.
And now we'll speak with Josephine for a cutscene.
I'll take my leave. Good day.
Who was she, Ambassador?
A merchant. I thought we should reach out to the dwarves to secure lyrium for the Inquisition's mages. According to Lady Corpin, it raised the ire of the Chantry.
Of course it has.
Access to lyrium makes us rather more formidable than anticipated. We are becoming a challenge. Sadly, the remaining Grand Clerics appear to be consolidating the Chantry's power instead of comforting the masses.
Mage circles started falling years ago. The Chantry was troubled even before the Divine's murder.
Yet many people continue to bear it great love. We will not benefit from
Yeah.
its decline.
I mean, there's no correct order for how you explore the world, which is really nice. It's just a matter of go where you want and learn as much as you can and gain levels.
Resistance is familiar across kingdoms, a source of many shared customs. That is the crucial point. Common ground is the start of all negotiations.
Are you sure? Families often fight the hardest.
Having grown up among four siblings, I concede your point. I found, however, that the only time two parties cannot negotiate is when they cease to speak. We must learn to think beyond our own wants, to secure peace in Thedas.
How did someone so lovely and selfless go into Arlesian politics, Lady Montelier?
Well, that is, really, you give me too much credit. While you're here, I do have a question.
I'm as tall as her
The remaining
sitting
Grand
down.
Clerics sent a missive
That
inquiring
is
about the events at
ridiculous.
the Temple of Sacred
And
Flowers.
awesome.
They demand to know whether the Inquisition officially claims that Andraste saved you from the breach. If it were
You hope what isn't like ME2 linchpin.
I tell the Chantry I was saved by circumstance, not divine intervention.
Yet as rumors your Andraste's herald grow, the Grand Clerics may not believe such a humble
But here in Inquisition, no. You have to actively trigger the final set of fights. And even then, you can still run around, as long as you don't start the final fight. But like ME2, you can go ahead and continue to explore the world after you have finished the final fight. So really, it's, like I said, there is no right way of doing it. It's doing it the way you want to do it. Let's see. Yeah, let's get some arcane knowledge. That will prove useful.
Has Cassandra spoken to you about my new recruits?
They are not your recruits, Commander. They're
Gather
ours.
coin. Oh, an ME2? I think, yeah, levels 8 to 11, we're not doing that yet. But in ME2, I'm pretty sure there is a countdown after you go and get Legion, but that countdown only goes for depending on how you want to play it. I mean, because you don't need to go immediately after you get the IFF, and depending on how many, what do you call it? Depending on how many missions you have on the board, you can get 2, 3, maybe even 4 different missions done before anything else changes. Yeah, a good person to ask, doesn't look like she's online at the moment, but a good stream to go ahead and check out if you really enjoy Mass Effect is Starbuck2190. She knows her stuff when it comes to the Mass Effect universe. She's read all the books, she's played the games to a ridiculous amount and she really, really, really knows all of the lore, the lore. And right now she's doing a trilogy run, but she's mixing it up. So if you are dead set on Mass Effect ending a certain way, yeah, that's not how her playthroughs will go. Her playthroughs will go ahead and mix things up, and like right now the playthrough that she's doing is her Shepherd isn't very persuasive, so no interrupts, no charms, no intimidates, none of that. Just stuff from the right-hand side of the wheel, and that is it. So it's making for a very interesting game. Oh, dude, Linchpin, tell you what, next time you do a playthrough of Mass Effect 2, try saving Tally for after you get Legion. Even if it's just Tally's loyalty, you can still do it. You can still do it and save everyone. I've done it myself. But just try it, because it adds a different layer. It makes things a little bit more interesting, I think, if you go ahead and if you're bringing Legion with you to other places. That, and it unlocks conversations that you wouldn't have otherwise. With Legion, that is.
Let's see what we have.
Then do you not have the Shadow Broker DLC then, Linchpin? Because if you have the Shadow Broker DLC, that does open up a couple missions where you can have Liara on your team.
Let us begin.
Oh, in the main bit, well, I don't know. I kind of like meeting new characters. Like, as much as I geek out about the fact that Liliana's in here, and Cullen's in here, and Morrigan's in this game, I like meeting the new people, too. Like Vivienne and Sarah, and getting to know Cassandra better. So, I mean, it's really a balance of keeping the old characters and introducing new ones.
To work?
That's, I don't know. Yeah. My personal preference is always to try to get everybody out alive if I can, but that's just me. So. I also don't have problems with any of the characters. I mean, yeah, exactly. There are a lot of people that have issues with a number of the characters, not just Liara, but also, what do you call it? Also, like Ashley or Caden. But me, I could care less. No, Munchpin, I disagree. Completely disagree. But you are entitled to think that. I mean, it's also a different culture. So, it's the nature of Asari being the way they are. I would think that their culture lends itself to being a little bit closer to each other. And a more, basically a little bit more intimate than perhaps humans would be. Like I said, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And after I played the third one for the first time, I then decided I had to go out and get the other two. Hey, I am an equal opportunist romancer in that set of games. I've romanced all the ladies. Nope. I don't know which corners of the internet you're hanging out with, Lynchpin, but yeah. Sorry, yeah, they're monogendered, but it's a connection of nervous systems that will go ahead and bring about procreation, not any physical act. So genitalia means absolutely nothing. So, yeah. She doesn't have any. Neither does do any of the Asari. I mean, there's a ton of lore else out there if you really want to go ahead and I mean, like I said, there's a ton of lore out there that we'll go ahead and cover all of that. I mean, I'm not the expert on Asari physiology or even Asari lore, but I'm pretty sure it's just a matter of it's not really necessary for their procreation. But since they're all female and they can all give, and all Asari can give birth under the correct circumstances, I would think if there was only one possible solution, they would all have just, you know, one. But, I mean, ultimately it is... Alright. Great, there's a corpse there that I want to loot, but if I do, I'm going to drag a bunch of enemies. Well.
Careful. Disturbing the water draws them out. Is that a beacon of some sort?
I will kill these guys first before we take on the beacon. Okay, now that the area is kinda clear. Take care of these guys.
Watch out!
Yeah, this place is a good place to go ahead and gain some levels, which is ultimately my goal at the moment. Just level up so that I'm closer to level 11 than I am to level 8. Should make it easier for me to go and seal the breach and the events that follow. Not die as much.
Seem to draw out the undead. We could use them to fight on dry land.
Keep an eye out for more then.
Interesting. It
shit. The hell? Oh, damn. I get a bad feeling that I didn't save in a while. Oh, good. At least I didn't go back too far.
Interesting. It may prove useful.
Oh, where are we at? Oh, good. Blood Lotus. Blood Lotus is a very useful thing. Almost as useful as Elfroot. Well, at least it's not Black Marsh. Black Marsh had werewolves and darkspawn. And all sorts of other nasties. Ow, stop that. Ah, go to hell. Well, good, you are almost dead. Ow. Jerk. No, stop it. Stop attacking that thing, Cassandra. The hell? I was invisible! You should not have been able to shoot me! Oh well. Try this again. Here we go, here we go. We'll get these levels. Get the levels we need. It wouldn't be so hard to deal with all those undead, just that weird hippo thing. That hippo thing is kicking my butt. Just otherwise obliterating my team. Yeah, if I could just get... If I could just get... Well... I guess I'll ignore the body. Yeah, these hippo things. Kicking my butt. Okay, so what we're gonna do... Save here. State's journal. So glad they fixed this particular weapons loadout. Because it was very, very broken in the past too. Wait, where'd Vivian go? Vivian, where you at? Why did I just get hit? I was invisible. Oh, wow. Nice. Vivian, where'd you go? Why are you dead, Vivian? Ah, here you are. Good, and get out of here. Oh, what the hell? These archers shouldn't be able to see me. Okay. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back. We're gonna restock our supplies and try again. And I think that's what's been killing me. I have very little supplies. I mean, all I need to do is make it to there. Well, I could just, I'll just drive forward and set up a new camp. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. And then after I set up the new camp, I will go ahead and come on back. I like it.
This would make a good place to camp.
Oh, wouldn't? It's raining. This is an awful place to camp. I mean, really, who wants to camp in a mire? Of all places. I can't think of anybody that says, I don't think we should go camp in the nice, clean campground. We should go camp in the mire. We should go camp where it's wet, and no matter what we do, our tents are gonna get soggy. I can't think of anybody that would say that. Said no camper ever, basically. Okay. Okay, not quite sure how I ended up over here. Yeah. Basically, if you can take out the main demon, you can... it'll make it so that the undead die as well. At least in this particular location. There we go. Another section cleared. See where this goes. Oh, this just comes around behind. Okay. Doesn't go anywhere interesting then.
No sign of the Avar who want to challenge me, or the Inquisition's soldiers.
Oh, let's take a nap. Naps are always good.
Nothing to report, sir.
Alrighty, let's have some fun with this Avar that we can recruit. I think I might have just gone ahead and made things more difficult for myself by having undead from the water at the same time I'm fighting demons. Fortunately, there's an Avar there. Oh crap. Why is everyone else dead? Alright. Well, that seems like as good a spot to stop today as any. So we've